Herzlich willkommen zurück zu Not for Broadcast. Ohne große weitere Umschweifen legen wir direkt los. Ich muss mich, glaube ich, wieder ein bisschen kleiner machen. Wegen Untertiteln und so. Tag 371. Eine angemessene Antwort. Den Rest deiner Schicht erlebst du wie durch einen Schleier. Immer wieder geistern dir dieselben Worte durch den Kopf. Haben Advanced Agenten nukleare Sprengköpfe gezündet? Erste Schätzungen zufolge gehen die Todeszahlen in die Millionen. Ist das gerade wirklich passiert? Du biegst... Hallo, Paddy! Na? Du biegst in deine Einfahrt ein, kannst dich aber nicht an die Fahrt erinnern. Das Licht im Flur ist an. Es war wohl noch jemand wach. Die Tür zum Wohnzimmer knarzt, als du sie öffnest. Sam sitzt auf dem Sofa und starrt auf den Fernseher. Der ist jedoch ausgeschaltet. Day ist offenbar in Gedanken verloren. Day? Okay. Hallo, Kuro. Ich mache wieder Fernseh Live-TV heute, ausnahmsweise. Sam ist offenbar in Gedanken verloren. Und Day? Okay. Du setzt dich daneben und versuchst, die richtigen Worte zu finden. Day sieht dich nicht an. Hä? Hebt aber den Arm, um deine Hand in deren zu nehmen. Aus der Nähe siehst du Sams Gesicht deutlicher. Und einen solchen Ausdruck hast du noch nie darauf gesehen. Chris und Susie sind sie beide. Ich weiß, was machen wir jetzt? Was können wir denn schon tun, verdammt? Diese Schweine haben Chris und Susie getötet. Und Millionen von anderen. Wegen ihrem beschissenen Krieg, den wir nie wollten. Wo du Tränen erwartest, siehst du nur Feuer, puren roten Zorn. Day ist manisch. Was machen die auf einmal mit Day? Keine Ahnung. Ich hasse sie, Alex. Ich weiß, du warst nie ein Freund von Advanced, aber nach dieser Sache, sie sind ein Monster. Ich muss wissen, dass dir das klar ist. Dass dir klar ist, dass wir nicht einfach neutral bleiben können. Dass wir etwas tun müssen. Advanced hat getan, was nötig war. Ich bin froh, dass sie zum Äußersten bereit waren. Muss also... Nee. So einfach ist das in meinen Augen nicht. So ein leider, der Krieg muss ein Ende haben. Diese Tat lässt sich durch nichts rechtfertigen und jeder... Genau. Erleichterung macht sich auf Sams Gesicht breit. Aber ihr seid ja beide noch wach. Weil, als ich beide nämlich nicht online gesehen habe, dachte ich so... Hättet ihr Bock auf Kreuzworträtsel? Erleichterung macht sich auf Sams Gesicht breit und Day fällt dir in die Arme und umklammert dich fest. Day. Hat das irgendwas mit, ich identifiziere mich nicht als eines der Geschlechter? Ja, genderneutral. Okay. Nein, es hat was mit genderneutral zu tun. Ganz offensichtlich war das nur eine schwere Last für Dem. Mal Daumen drücken, Kuro, wegen Bot. Daumen sind gedrückt. Du bist ja auch nicht sicher, ob du überhaupt schon alles verarbeitet hast. Aber zumindest werdet ihr das gemeinsam durchstehen. Ein letzter Abschied. Die letzte Woche ist wie im Fluge vergangen. Es gab jede Menge zu tun. Doch war alles gleich vergessen. Die Erinnerung verschwand in einem finsteren Nebel. 9 Tage sind seit der sogenannten Befreiungsnacht und dem Beginn von Advanced neuer Zukunft vergangen. Du gehst in die Kirche und bist erstaunt, wie viele Leute gekommen sind, um mit dir zu trauern. Jeder ist aus demselben Grund gekommen, teilt denselben Schmerz, denselben Verlust. Es steht jedem ins Gesicht geschrieben, auch dir. Du löst dich von den anderen, um deine Gedanken zu sammeln. Was mich halt jetzt gerade nur irgendwie mega verwirrt mit Day. Ich habe mit diesem LGBTQ-Geschlechterzeug und so nichts zu tun. Aber wurde nicht am Anfang des Spiels gesagt, Sam ist unsere Frau? Oh, gut. Schweigend tritt Sam an dich heran und drückt deine Hand in einem Akt der Verzweiflung auf der Suche nach Trost und du drückst zurück. Ein kleiner Teil von dir kam nicht umhin, sich zu fragen, bist du mitschuldig? Die Narben werden nicht so schnell verblassen. Es gab keine Särge zum Begraben. Holy fuck! Hä? Ein ganzes Jahr später? Ein akademischer Exodus. Es scheint ein ganz gewöhnlicher Morgen zu sein. Aber als du im Büro ankommst, hat sich im Pausenraum eine kleine Menschenmenge versammelt. Du fängst an, dir deine erste Tasse Tee für heute zuzubereiten und schnappst dabei immer wieder ein paar aufgeregte Gesprächsfetzen auf. Hast du es noch nicht gehört? Ja, es ist wieder jemand verschwunden. Der wievielte war das jetzt bitte schon? Oh, es sind bestimmt schon über 100. Es wurden bestimmt noch nicht alle gemeldet oder überhaupt bemerkt. Entschuldigung, was ist los? Eine aufgeregte junge Frau dreht sich zu dir um und beginnt zu erklären. Es ist schon wieder ein Professor geschwunden von der Queen's University. Nach den ganzen anderen vermissten Fällen im letzten Jahr, Wissenschaftler, Ärzte, Forscher, ist die Lage klar. Sie hält inne und spricht dann im Flüsterton weiter. Disrupt versucht Kritiker verstummen zu lassen. Angeblich hat Advanced sogar Mühe, eine tiefe vertraute Stimme hinter dir unterbricht sie. Was ist hier bitte los? Plötzlich wird es still im Raum und alle drehen sich zur Tür. Bosemann räuspert sich, bevor er weiterspricht. Ich habe es schon mal gesagt, ich will von diesen angeblichen vermissten Fällen nichts hören. Kommt schon, Leute, Advanced hat ganz klar gesagt, dass man vor ihnen keine Angst haben muss. Sie sind nicht unser Problem. Und solange sie nicht anfangen, Cappuccinos als intellektuell einzustufen, hat hier, glaube ich, niemand was zu befürchten. Also zurück an die Arbeit. Als alle anderen den Raum verlassen, hebt Bosemann die Hand, um dich aufzuhalten. Ich weiß, dass du dazu neigst, einfach zu tun, was du willst. Aber ab jetzt läuft es anders. Advanced hat jetzt das Sagen und sie haben sich klar ausgedrückt, also mache ich das jetzt auch. Channel Ones offizieller Standpunkt ist, dass die Regierung alles im Griff hat. Nicht mehr und nicht weniger. Ich gehe davon aus, dass das Thema damit erledigt ist. Er nickt dir knapp zu und geht. Die Verstaatlichung ist so im vollen Gange, was auch immer man davon halten mag. Ja, jetzt haut das Spiel aber ordentlich die Tage drauf. Der Beginn einer großen Karriere. Du trommelst ungesäudigt mit deinen Fingern auf dem Lenkrad herum, während du mal wieder auf Charlie wartest. Es ist ja schön, dass die Kadetten des Zusammenhalts ihm Spaß machen und er so begeistert dabei ist. Aber muss er wirklich jede Woche länger bleiben, um noch beim Aufräumen zu helfen? Es ist ja schließlich auch ein Samstagabend. Schließlich siehst du, wie er grinsend herauskommt. Du kannst nicht anders, als auch zu grinsen. Dein Frust verschwindet, als du ihn so aufrichtig glücklich siehst. Nachdem Charlie seine Freunde zum Abschied umarmt, kommt er zum Auto und steigt ein. Er ist vor Aufregung ganz rot im Gesicht. Und wie war? Setzt dann auf Platz vor sich dazwischen. Weißt du was? Was? Also, die Kadetten des Zusammenhalts sind natürlich ein Sprungbrett, um mal BGZ zu werden. Wir haben also einen Vorsprung, wenn wir uns dafür bewerben, spult aus Charlie heraus. Er stolpert fast über seine eigenen Worte. So versessen ist er darauf, dir zu erklären, wie großartig diese Neuigkeit ist. Tja, und ab nächstes Jahr werden die besten 5% aller Kadetten in ein spezielles Programm aufgenommen, um MGZ zu werden. Manager für Gemeindezusammenhalt. Und rat mal, wer dabei ist. Das ist ja toll, Charlie. Wir sind stolz auf dich. Ja, genau. Was macht so ein Manager für Zusammenhalt? Oh, naja, im Grunde brauchen sie ein neues Bindeglied zwischen normalen Leuten, dem BGZ und dem Besserungsministerium. Und das sind wir. Die Leute kommen mit Problemen zu uns. Wir entscheiden, ob sie weiterverwiesen werden müssen. Und wenn ja, wohin? Cool, oder? Klingt super. Du wirst jetzt denunzieren. Klingt super, komm. Mit einem Grinsen, das von einem Mal bis zum anderen reicht, lehnt er sich zurück. Ja, ich bin so froh, dass ich zu den Kadetten gegangen bin. Ich muss es unbedingt allen erzählen. Du lachst. Das muss gefeiert werden. Wollen wir uns auf dem Heimweg etwas zu essen holen? Ja, Soko. Und während der restlichen Fahrt zählt Charlie alle Restaurants auf, die ihm einfallen. Das ist toll. Das ist so eine Sache, wie es, wenn... Nee, ich lasse es lieber. Keine Ahnung, das hat gerade extrem viele Parallelen an die echte Welt. Ein Funke, das Feuer einfach. Nacht des Feuers. Du bist überrascht, dass Sam neben dir liegt, als du aufwachst. Day muss... Es tut mir leid, wenn ich das sage, aber Day klingt so fucking schwachsinnig. Du musst gestern Nacht sehr spät von den Drinks-Leuten aus der Uni wiedergekommen sein. Du beschließt, dämmen schlafen zu lassen und einen faulen Sonntagmorgen zu genießen. Nachdem das Haus so still ist, beschließt du im Wohnzimmer zu frühstücken, damit du nebenher Fernsehen kannst. Also auch wenn man sich vielleicht nicht den normalen Geschlechterrollen, männlich und weiblich, zuordnet. Es gibt andere Wege, sowas zu schreiben. Pokémon Go hat das perfekt gemacht, indem einfach nie die Pronomen genannt werden, sondern einfach nur der Name. Nachdem das Haus so still ist, beschließt du im Wohnzimmer zu frühstücken, damit du nebenher Fernsehen kannst. Ich weiß, ich werde bestimmt dafür gecancelt, es tut mir leid. Herzlich willkommen zu Breaking News. Im ganzen Land sind gestern Nacht große Flächen Ackerland in Flammen aufgegangen. Die Behörden sprechen von einem heimtückischen und gut geplanten Terrorakt der Gruppe, die sich Disrupt nennt. Du hast deinen Löffel wieder in das Porridge fallen lassen und machst lauter. Die Angriffe gestern Nacht richteten sich nicht nur gegen die Lebensmittelgeschäfte, was Regierungsquellen zufolge schwere Auswirkungen auf universelle Menüzentren im ganzen Land haben wird, sondern auch gegen eine Reihe von BGZ-Einrichtungen und zivile Gebäude. Laut Premierministerin Julia Salisbury wurden bestimmte Gefängnisse und Umherziehungs- und Verbesserungseinrichtungen überfallen. Gefängnisse wurden überfallen? Okay. Eine geringe Anzahl problematischer und potenziell gefährlicher Personen wurde gewaltsam aus dem rechtmäßigen Gewahrsam befreit. Letztem Atem am Warz gebannt, ob Verletzte gemeldet werden. Unglücklicherweise waren die BGZ wohl nicht ausreichend auf ein solches Ereignis vorbereitet. Die Disrupt-Terroristen waren dagegen bestens organisiert und höchst effektiv. In den meisten angegriffenen Gebäuden befanden sich angesichts der späten Stunde glücklicherweise keine Menschen, Doch die Besserungszentren waren voll mit Personal besetzt. 17 BGZ und 4 Verwaltungsmitarbeiter haben bei den brutalen Attacken von Disrupt gestern Nacht ihr Leben verloren. Unzählige weitere wurden verletzt, davon viele schwer, und mussten ins Krankenhaus gebracht werden. Einige wenige Disrupt-Mitglieder konnten während der Attacken zwar verhaftet werden, doch der Großteil scheint entkommen zu sein. Wir berichten weiter, sobald es neue Informationen gibt. Bis zum Fernseher, um ihn auszuschalten. Ihr werdet von Charlie unterbrochen, der mit verschlafenen Augen und einer Scheibe Toast ins Wohnzimmer kommt. Läuft was Interessantes? Er deutet auf den Fernseher. Du lässt wortlos die Nachrichten weiterlaufen, die das Geschehen gerade noch einmal zusammenfassen. Charlie sieht schweigend zu. Der heutige Nacht wird inzwischen als Nacht des Feuers bezeichnet. Es wird doch alles gut, oder? Hoffentlich warten wir es ab. Ich wette, das war nicht Disrupt. Das war Advance. Stimmt. Oh, ich darf wieder spielen. Ja, lange dürfte das Spiel ja nicht mehr gehen. Das sollte ja höchstens, wie heißt das? 8 Stunden gehen. Der Aufstand. 1,5 Jahre seit der Befreiungsnacht. Oh.
Alex? This is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight, Alex, and we need your help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking you when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favor. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Während der zweiten Pause.
Because I don't want to go on a date with your cousin, Colin.
What have you got to lose?
My dignity, my reputation.
It's all right once you get past the teeth and the problematic tattoo.
I am perfectly capable of messing up my own love life.
Sorry about that. David wouldn't get off the phone.
Oh, is David single?
For Christ's sake, Colin, stay out of it.
I can help you. I'm an expert at romance. Ask my ex-wives.
Please don't set me up with your brother. That's 10 seconds, everybody.
You're not as
10
tight,
Sekunden
babe.
bisschen Ventilator an.
Too smart.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News, broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolfe. Our top stories tonight. Ashes to ashes. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted attacks across the territories. The coordinated action, dubbed the Night of Fire by commentators, was seen as an attempt to subvert the supply chain, but there may have been more to it. While emergency services were all kept busy at the agricultural centres, it seems a series of covert attacks was carried out, including the freeing of political prisoners and, sources say, several assassination attempts. The Department of Betterment have declined to comment. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future.
Jeder kriegt einmal
What
einen Karton.
started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Jack Tractorpants, spokesman for the menu centres, said today that while they can guarantee the contents of every box is nutritious, the actual quality of the meals you cook depends on whether you have a touch of Chef Jordan Rankley or the
Nice.
culinary skills of a professional footballer. If I were a rich man. Problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators
Was versuchst du denn? Was
with
klappt
demands
nicht?
including a return to 150% bonuses, private jets and mandatory grovelling zones. Advance have been quick to respond, saying if they would rather quit their cushy jobs to become nurses or teachers, they'll earn significantly more than they used to pay their own workforce. Thus far, no one has taken up the challenge. Some fun now. Signs of ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity
Wenn ich jetzt
stunt,
auf den Panda
which has seemed to
zeige,
dominate the
wird doof.
headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history. 3 of our regular stories reach their natural conclusions tonight. CEO RIP. Sad news today as the remains of missing Sophia Rimington were found this morning at the company's
Das
Grizzle
war es dieselben Bilder?
Sophia had become ever more reclusive following the total and utter failure of her pet project. Having flung herself into one of the toxic preparation vats, she was only identifiable by her ears. A spokesman for Rimington's Fist said, Sophia will remain in our hearts and in the approximately
Mir tut der linke Arm jetzt schon wieder
45,000
weh.
shards that rolled off the production line in the last few days. A tragic
Ja,
ending
das war irgendwie noch nie so unangenehm,
after a turbulent 2.5 years
4
since
Finger
she
auf
took
1,
the
2, 3, 4 liegen zu
The
haben.
miracle of Earth. Wonderful news from the imprisoned intellectuals of Dante's Taint as they announced the world's first
Warum sind das alles noch dieselben
baby
Bilder?
born yesterday. Proud parents Wong and Svorsborg and Horgensvoord were all smiles as they showed off little Dante. Although authorities admit there is now no way to bring them home, the team say they're happy with their new underground residence. They said, there's always room for a little one in the taint. Man on. Footballer Johnny Handsleeves and his new wife
Du wolltest mich
Tiffany
doch
Lenore
verarschen.
proudly announced today that their little team was 1-0 up at full time, which apparently means that they're having a baby. Once beset by tabloid controversy, Johnny seems to be settling well into family life, calling this latest news the ultimate golden goal, if a golden goal also peed on you. All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
People of the territories, today is the day we take back control. Soon it will be time for you to help us again. Come out of your houses, block the traffic, bring the capital to a standstill. I've met so many of you in my travels up and down Territory 1. You always ask the same question. How can I help? Well, this is how. And as for when, you'll know. Keep watching.
Okay, ich muss jetzt zugeben, ich bin zwar
But
für
first,
die,
500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, The start of tonight's
Aber
program
wenn die jetzt
is
mit Waffen und so
dedicated to
angreifen,
remembering and
ich
celebrating
dachte,
the life
Advance wäre die
of
Böse.
Peter Clement. Is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour. Patrick.
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick. We're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public
Having a
ownership, you
little
can't say
problem with
anything these
Patrick's earpiece
days.
there.
No, she's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what? Oh.
Ja, wir sind schon ein bisschen live.
Seems like
Das
we've
ist
lost some
gut.
signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going
Das
live
ist gut.
to that groundbreaking
Oh,
ceremony
shit.
just as soon as we can get Patrick back. Meanwhile, let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan. I'm Patrick Bannon,
Nein.
and we are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties there, but any moment now, Julia Salisbury will step out on stage behind me.
Alex, Bozeman
and
here.
dedicate
The boys in
gardens to
Herzlich
a
have just
great
informed me that the eulogy
departed
footage
leader,
isn't fully cut
Peter
together yet.
Clement.
You're going to have to do it on the fly.
The
For
crowd
goodness
Was?
sake, make sure you make it
have
look
been
good.
slowly gathering since this afternoon.
This is
and
Alan.
the atmosphere
We
here
can
has been
undermine them
great
here and help us
and
win hearts and
cheerful,
minds.
despite
Make him
the
look bad, Alex. Really bad.
And it seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, the picture of elegance, to begin her address.
Schlecht aussehen lassen, das kriege ich hin.
fellow teammates and friends. 500 days ago, all of our lives changed irrevocably. Still reeling from the triumphs and tribulations of
Komplette
Liberation Night,
Manipulation. Mir ist alles
another
egal.
great loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Oh, er ist tot? Nee, oder?
Peter's death at the age of just
Der ist tot.
62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
Born to a working-class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what it took to fight them. Courage, integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late-night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents.
Keine Ahnung, dieses ganze Böse, was ich eigentlich zeigen will. Es lässt ihn irgendwie sympathisch
All he
wirken.
had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped by illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived for others.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter
Habt das gleich? Wie lange müssen wir uns
20 years
sowas
ago.
anhören von denen?
Moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself, and I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked, and from behind me I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he'd stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man. This glorious ours, so beautiful and new, this shining beacon of...
Thank you, Alex.
Ah, super, danke schön.
Another opportunity to steer public perception soon. It's really starting. You'll know when.
Despite his accomplishments, the future he forged, the boundaries he pushed,
Hä?
to me,
Was ist denn?
he'll always be the man in his pants, cheering on a stranger.
Aber die Kamera steht auf Orange. Warum soll ich... Hä?
It is my great honour to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Oh, shall we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Now, Alex, control the message.
Mom, we have to get you to safety. Come with us.
I'm not leaving, I can't.
Oi!
You two, come with me. Don't panic. Help us here. Look.
You're hurting me!
Well, stop resisting then. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
Not resisting! Ah! Fuck
What are you doing?
Not resisting! You saw! Not resisting!
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off.
Look at me. Look at me.
I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes. Medics are coming. You sit down.
I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here. Julius Salisbury! You were guilty of the murder of more than 10 million people. Justice demands a response.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you.
Fucking
This is what your precious freedom looks like, is it? Under fire!
People of territory, rise up! Take to the streets, the time has come! Stop fires, break windows, draw them out! They can't stop us all! Resist! Distract!
Lower your weapons!
Mom?
I said, lower your weapons!
Come on, get out there. What are you doing? Come on!
Shut that off. I said turn it off.
Shocking scenes from the
Is this not enough? You've just seen them execute unarmed civilians, people like you and me. So why are you watching this? Why are you not in the streets with us tonight? What will it take for you to get up and be a part of this?
Ja, aber habt ihr nicht gerade eine Bombe da hochgehen
Be
lassen?
what you were born to be, the once and future free.
That means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
It's a good distance from the unit base.
This is becoming a weekly event.
No, it's different tonight. This is the big one.
Ich bin gerade sehr
There's a
unschlüssig.
revolution happening outside and we're after dangly fucking parts.
That's journalism, apparently. Can we get set for the next sequence?
Na, eine sehr gute Bewertung immerhin. Habe ich da draußen gerade eben noch Schüsse gehört? Ich höre doch Schüsse. Ja. Draußen gehen Schüsse hoch. Alter. Ah, das Spiel ist sehr, sehr böse. Sehr böse.
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know. Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the ear for at least 5 seconds. Our operatives will do the rest.
Okay, kriegen wir hin.
Megan, this is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No.
What?
No.
10 seconds, everybody. Sorry, Craig. It's a no. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Ich kann die immer noch nicht leiden.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolf. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, the notice board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radin. Tell me, why do you think the public love the notice board so much?
It's real. There, I said it. It connects with people. You know, people look at us and they say, those are real people struggling with real problems.
That's a really interesting point.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying to my PA's secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely.
Right.
Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Yes, well,
Sehr
I think it's really good that our
sympathisch.
screens are filled with such relatable stories. So the notice board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
Oh, it's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent.
Kamera 4 ist bestimmt nicht.
We really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome.
We just heard our man's on camera for...
Ah, das ist sie.
I have a real sense of responsibility now. You know, a sense I've been entrusted with.
3,
I
4,
should use that platform for good.
Yeah, I think that's really important, that we should use this platform to do good in the world. I agree.
That's exactly it. So I've decided to help as many underprivileged people.
Excellent work, Alex. That's the location shared. Next, you'll need to give them the go.
Is that better access to education or
Ich muss was machen?
reducing child poverty?
No, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
Goodness, that is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really are some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What can I say? I mean, any child I can take on is a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Northerns, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never thought of it that way before.
And I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable, then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough for me. Let's go now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the notice board.
Oh yeah.
What a day! First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do. Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course. Keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, Violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody
It's time for the go code. Give us 3 boos in a row, Alex. That will start the pincer movement. We might just pull this off. Push forwards! 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar. It looks heavy.
3 Boos nacheinander?
They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
Yes!
It's no good.
It looks like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young CCO, would be able to use it.
2 for 2. Fantastic.
Bin ich froh, dass das nur im Spiel geschauspielert
Looks like
ist.
all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable
You
woman.
did it, Alex.
Surely
We're
there's
good to
no
go.
alive strong enough to lift this.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town?
Was habe ich gemacht?
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
Da habe ich noch einen Boom draußen gehört.
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night. When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
Oh mein Gott.
Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we don't catch him before tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry, we won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature, but really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer. We'll catch this pissy nuisance and save the village fete. Or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open. Me! Blackout!
It's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donuts.
That damn ferret has struck again.
Aus den Krabben. Das sind Berliner.
Very competent. I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you know?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on.
Let's
go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
Well, that was it. The final ever episode of the Notice Board.
Dankeschön.
And what a way
Nie
to
wieder
end
diese
it.
super
Thank you as
tolle
always to Jeff,
Theatrik.
Pippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh?
Alex, this station is supposed to be unbiased. Your partisan behavior will end up getting us taken into public ownership even sooner. Less revolutionary zeal. Do your job.
Mach ich doch.
And how
Ich mach einen
progressive
guten
their
Job.
policies are. Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry
Nur ein D.
and
Toll.
to beg for your forgiveness.
Alter, what the fuck ist da draußen los?
Last push, Alex.
My parents are not
We're
rich.
closing in.
My
One of the
mother was a
guests in the
nurse
last
and
section
my
is
father
working
worked
with
in a
us.
factory.
You'll be asked to censor
I
on
was
our
the first
behalf.
member of my
If you
family
do
to
it
go to
right,
university.
the final orders will be given.
But I
We'll
always,
get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right.
I always
And we're going to
envied
win
my
this
friends
thing.
who had so much
It's
money.
happening, Alex. Tonight
Over the
we
years,
take it
my
back.
jealousy grew. So when Advance came
Wen
to
soll
power,
ich
I
zensieren?
didn't think about the damage they would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poorer. It is poorer in ambition. It is poorer in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies. Policies born from absurd, redistributive fantasies. I have whored myself out to the media to defend the indefensible. I have betrayed my parents. I see that now. Mum,
Fuck, ist da gerade
Dad,
los?
You can run back to
I'm
Tommy now.
sorry. Our only hope,
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you
the
can do.
only hope, now lies with Disrupt.
She is in tears. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News.
Die ist super
Later
nett, die
in this
Troller. Ich
segment,
kann die
we're
nicht
hoping to be
leiden.
able
Ich
to
will
go back to
Jeremy
Patrick
wieder, aber der
Allen
ist ja
at the scene
tot.
of tonight's shocking Disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novaries.
Hello? Doctor? Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do charitable deeds. But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by weeds.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a You poor unlucky chump.
Is it cancer?
Worse of John, we're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our tiny flat, we built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked, we're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30. In fact, you're never going to get a good night's sleep again. No more snap decisions to go on to a club.
Ich finde jetzt super, dass keiner von uns damit relaten kann.
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's thrown.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife, we got a childless life. No one wails and no one woes. No one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife, we got a childless life.
We're having a baby.
We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're having a baby. No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
No more spas and no more
We're having a baby.
18 years on bills at least. Time for a whole new phase.
We're having a baby.
One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that you might be having twins?
Das war sogar ziemlich gut.
The Novaries there.
Sehr, sehr
treating us
gut.
to
Das
their
gefällt.
opening
Das hat mir
number,
gefallen.
Elegy for a Childless Life, which is currently the hottest ticket in the capital theatre district, and will be touring the territories later this year. Right then, come on, you got, come on down, let's go, don't be shy. Hello. Hi, Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here. Oh, really? Are you fans of the show? Yeah, it used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not only do you perform this show every single night,
With matinees on Wednesday and Saturday.
right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the
Ich hoffe, die sagen mir, wann ich zensieren
no,
muss.
it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boreham-Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Satley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right?
Unangenehm.
With your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How have we never noticed that?
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times, maybe?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew.
It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples, you know, in real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
No. I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack, Jen Janet, Jill Jen, Janet Jill.
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
After much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh, God, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Mimbley Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
Ja, das hast du jetzt auch schon mal was
Have to
gesagt.
repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing.
This piece is...
Nur Dämonen.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
It's about children and why you shouldn't have them.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well, about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem.
Terrible problem.
Having children.
Well, you understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
This isn't about me.
Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get through a book, or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the couch by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
You're very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one, because...
You're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Jack. Got your back.
So could you just tell us what is the play about? What happens in it?
Well,
go ahead.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
I'm dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete, that children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs.
Oh, sie sind auf Cam 1 wieder da.
Experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you all so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The Nova is there. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, are you okay?
Thank you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little
Aber
deaf,
sie ist
Megan.
nicht Patrick
So
Bannon.
I hope you'll forgive
Warum
me
sagt da
if
keiner
I've
was
seen
zu?
that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here.
Und deshalb habt ihr geschossen. Ja.
Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation now? Are we safe?
Yes, the security services performed their duties without hesitation, and I would like to assure the public that
Da wird ja immer mehr da draußen.
there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good news about the civil. Sorry, did you say no deaths?
That's right. No civilian deaths. Just the four
Ja.
disrupt terrorists.
Ah ja, das sind ja keine Zivilisten.
As always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course, the camera. There's the speak there on the camera there.
Stay at home tonight. Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment, but as the dear departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those
Holy fuck,
strong
das
words
wird
of
immer mehr draußen. Lol.
Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely reporting from the front line of tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight's National Nightly News. But before we go, tonight's National Nightly News.
Victory is in sight, my friends. You have mobilized. You have come together. From our agents at the television networks risking arrest and getting those
Schon nur noch Schüsse und Explosionen von links.
thousands gathering to invade team headquarters. As I speak, we are turning the tide. And it is time for change. Tonight we topple their regime and we also silence their mouthpiece. Channel 1. Time to wake up.
Out from the shadows and they
Schön,
are
wie sich das automatisch dreht.
The military have been actioned and, well, it's pretty scary out there tonight, so stay at home, stay with Channel 1.
Alter!
The team has assured this programme that the turbulence will soon be over and we can once again focus our minds on building the new future with equality, fairness and resources for all. My name is Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of advance. Watch chat, 11 o'clock.
Alter, what the fuck?
Charges reached, sir. Mission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend. We are going to detonate. Look out your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen. She's coming down.
Was habe ich getan? Alles meine Schuld. Ich dachte, das wird nur ein lustiges Spiel, wo ich einen Fernsehsender spiele. Ich habe doch nicht gedacht, dass das mit Bombenangriff und terroristischen Attacken endet. Ich dachte, ach so, lustig, ja, Furbys, die angreifen. So, das Spiel endet einfach in einer Terrorattacke. Okay. Übertragung abgeschlossen. Wollt ihr mich verarschen? Witness a successful execution of Disrupt's plan. Aber vor allem, das ging doch hoch. Wieso habe ich denn so eine schlechte... Disrupt hat einen Sendeturm von Channel 1 zerstört. Alle Kraftausdrücke wurden zensiert. Da sind hier ein Sensor. Sehr gute Idee. Lustigerweise, wir hatten damals eine Klassenfahrt zum WDR gemacht. Und da durfte ich wirklich sogar live den Editor spielen und zwischen den Kameras wie hier hin und her wechseln. Das war cool. Aber wir haben Sendungen über Überraschungseier gemacht. So. Disrupt hat die Sendung ruiniert. Disrupt erfolgreich mundtot gemacht. Hä? Advance ist verärgert über die Inhalte. Ein extrem schwacher Schnitt. Aber wieso Disrupt erfolgreich mundtot gemacht? Aber ich habe einen vollen Lohn bekommen. Keiner mag mich. Disrupt mag mich. Die Channel 1 mag mich immer noch nicht, aber der mochte mich noch nie. Darum ist die Welt so, wie sie jetzt ist. Ganz genau. So, das Spiel müsste aber jetzt auch so langsam vorbei sein, oder?